So, um, I wanted to talk about, obviously, domestic violence and the stuff that goes on. I don't know. I had a revelation, and not that I'm excusing what anybody does when they're violent. Everyone has a choice. But it's just an elaboration on the coercive control of why girls stay. And it's usually because 9 out of 10 times they were not abused by their family, but coercively controlled, with the conditional love and the I'll do this if you do that, and if you don't do that, then I'm not helping you, or having you feel more obligated than them. Like, you have to earn their love, and their love, your love for them is just, guaranteed. Like, you have to love them and they can conditionally love you kind of feeling. The scapegoat, the black sheep, whatever you want to call it. So what I want to elaborate on is men who were not taught to express their feelings. Not only that, they're basically told if they do that, they're weak or not masculine. And the sad part is that we're taught that. Not only are they taught that, us girls are taught or shown, or we believe that we have to be with that masculine man, right? Because we too see the crying or the being emotional or whatever, or not being able to handle their emotions or expressing them as weak, right? A lot of us. And that's just learned, right? Inherited, like, so I'm sorry I say like a lot. So, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to use what I think about somebody, okay? So if this person's violent because they don't know how to express their emotions because they were hurt, instead of saying, I was so hurt, they're punching walls or abusing their girl, it most likely was because their mother also saw men as to be more masculine, right? So that's how she taught her son to be. Don't cry, be tough. And not only that, she probably was attracted to a man who did not show his emotions because she saw that as weak. So here, this person was not shown how to express their feelings in a healthy way, only with violence, and that's what they witnessed in their home. Not that I'm making an excuse for it. I'm just saying, if somebody doesn't know, and the fact of the matter is that they've conditioned their whole family this way too. So if they feel like they have to be strong, they're conditioning their kids to be strong. Girls see only masculine men who don't show their emotion and who get violent, probably will perpetuate with her. And the sons see that they can't do it either, right? So if this person did decide that they wanted to show their emotion, or any way, shape, or form change their feelings about the whole situation, they absolutely could not. How could they? They would lose all respect from their family. It's against everything he's ever taught or learned or expressed or showed. So they're kind of caught in this loop that there's no way out for them either. And not that I'm saying what they did was right or wrong. It was wrong. And they should have more control over their emotions. But what I'm saying is that you can't hold somebody responsible for something that they don't even know was wrong because that's all they were taught. And us girls, not that I'm saying we're to blame, but are you going to go with the guy that cries all night long? Because you're not gonna. 9 out of 10 times we're like, oh, get that guy away from me. He's fucking, clingy or simp or whatever you guys say, right? So it's a societal, perpetual epidemic almost. So now here we go back because that's all we know. That's what we've been shown. That's what we model a man after. We blame ourselves. I'm not blaming myself. What he did was wrong. But I don't think he was taught anything different. I think parents who are tougher teach their kids how to be tough and not to show emotions and not express them. And if they do, they're almost punished for it, for being weak. Like, don't, big boys don't cry or whatever. And then they see their moms and their dads like battling it out and then getting back together and everything's fine, right? I mean, it's a cycle. And then they teach the daughters, that's a tough guy. That's who you love. That's who you respect. That's who you look up to. That's who, it's really, it's scary. So, and then there's the man who isn't violent, but absolutely unempathetic and does not show any sympathy or, tough shit. That's their problem, all the time. So I feel like the violent guys, they really do want to express their emotions, but knowing that if they do, it would just collapse their whole world, really, right? It's a mess. So maybe we need to teach our sons that it's okay to cry with moderation, right? I mean, you don't want to be a blubbering mess. I don't know. But you don't want to go around beating people up because you can't express your emotions. And us girls, we have to be like, okay, it's okay for him to cry. It's okay for him to be more. But the thing is the guys are, now these days, these guys are so feminine. It's like, I don't know. It's bad. I can't say that recently I've seen young guys get arrested for domestic violence. I mean, they go straight to freaking murder, right? Chopping girls up and stuff. There's no lead up to it. It's just done. Even somebody, a celebrity that's the whole beating up his girlfriend, he's more of the 50s, 40s and 50 years old. Like, and then the 20-year-olds are doing this, but they're like chopping them up and putting them in the, putting them in the trunk and leaving them there. Not even that smart about it. I'm not saying girls are any better. I'm not saying guys are, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying how our architect is in society and what we're taught is masculine and feminine and the roles that we have to play. They've just been engraved in us and it's perpetual. So, honestly, that's why I didn't have kids. It's a huge job, a huge responsibility raising humans. And people are just going out freaking having, you need a license to drive. You gotta wait for a certain age to drink, but you can have a kid anytime you want with whoever you want. That seems a little, I don't know, irresponsible. But you don't want to take that away from somebody because then it's controlling and all that shit. Gosh, guys. What a mess. There's so much simpler times back in the day, I don't think that women did themselves any justice by, burning their bras or anything like that. So now we have to work out in the workforce, and when we get home, we were dumb. Why would we do that? We can open our own doors. Oh, really? Okay, great. Like whatever. Can't complain when it was like. I was talking to my mom, and she's like, "Kids are so this, kids are so that." It's like, yes, Mom, but the kids today were raised by my generation, and that generation was raised by you guys. So it's perpetual, It's crazy. And Mom's like, well, they have no respect. You guys gave leeway, and then we gave more leeway, and then you get what you got, But anyway, I was trying to figure out it's just perpetual. It's really sad. I wish it wasn't like that with the guys that can't express themselves, but hopefully one day they will. Probably when they're old. It doesn't matter anymore. They don't give a shit. But I think it's hard for everyone breaking out that cycle. And I don't know if it's so much anger as it is heartbroken and hurt. Have a good one.